guess because pretty soon is not the same thing as now. The psychologist nodded. I think that's a good way to put it. So, is there anything that you would like to do pretty soon? Kevin thought about it. I guess I should tell Luna what's happening. And who's Luna? She's my friend, Kevin said. We don't go to the same school anymore, so she hasn't seen me collapse or anything. And I haven't called in a few days, but you should tell her, Dr. Yalestrom said. It isn't healthy to push away your friends when things get bad, Kevin. Not even to protect them. Kevin swallowed back a denial, because it was kind of what he was doing. He didn't want to inflict this on Luna, didn't want to hurt her with the news of what was going to happen. It was part of the reason he hadn't called her in so long. What else? Dr. Yalestrom said. Let's try places again. If you could go anywhere, where would you go? Kevin tried to pick among all the places in the room. But the truth was, there was only one landscape that kept springing into his head, with colors no normal camera could capture. It would sound stupid, he said. There's nothing wrong with sounding stupid, Dr. Yalestrom assured him. I'll tell you a secret. People often think that everyone else but them is special. They think that other people must be cleverer, braver, better, because only they can see the parts of themselves that aren't those things. They worry that everyone else says the right thing and they sound stupid. It's not true. Even so, Kevin sat there for several seconds, examining the upholstery of the couch in detail. I see places. One place. I guess it's the reason that I had to come here. Dr. Yalestrom smiled. You're here because an illness like yours can create a lot of odd effects, Kevin. I'm here to help you cope with them without them dominating your life. Would you like to tell me more about the things you see? Again, Kevin made a detailed examination of the couch, learning its topography, picking at a tiny speck of lint sticking up from the rest. Dr. Yalestrom was silent while he did it. The kind of silence that felt as though it was sucking words up out of him, giving them space to fall into. I see a place where nothing is quite the same as here. The colors, the animals and the plants are different, Kevin said. I see it destroyed. At least I think I do. There's fire and heat, a bright flash, there's a set of numbers, and there's something that feels like a countdown. Why does it feel like a countdown? Dr. Yalestrom asked. Kevin shrugged. I'm not sure, because the pulses are getting closer together, I guess. The psychologist nodded, then went over to her desk. She came back with paper and pencils. How are you at art? She asked. No, don't answer. It doesn't matter if this is a great work of art or not. I just want you to try to draw what you see so that I can get a sense of what it's like. Don't pay too much attention to it, just draw. Can you do that for me, Kevin? Kevin shrugged. I'll try. He took the pencils and paper, trying to bring the landscape that he'd seen to mind, trying to remember every detail of it. It was hard to do because, although the numbers stayed in his head, it felt as though he had to dive down deep into himself to pull up the images. They were below the surface, and to get at them, Kevin had to pull back into himself, concentrating on nothing else, letting the pencil flow over the paper almost automatically. Okay, Kevin, she said, taking the pad away before Kevin could get a good look at what he'd drawn. Let's see what you've... He saw the look of shock that crossed her face, so brief that it almost wasn't there. It was there, and Kevin had to wonder what it would take to shock someone who heard stories about people dying every day. What is it? Kevin asked. What did I draw? You don't know, Dr. Yalestrom asked. I was trying not to think too much, Kevin said. Did I do something wrong? Dr. Yalestrom shook her head. No, Kevin, you didn't do anything wrong. She held out Kevin's drawing.